This week, Asus announces two new smartphones. So aside from the Zenfone 3, Zenfone 3 Deluxe, and Zenfone 3 Ultra they announced last June, the Zenfone 3 Laser and Zenfone 3 Max join their 2016 lineup. So where do these two models fit in? Hi, I'm Michael Josh. You're watching Gadget Match, and in this video we go hands-on with the Asus Zenfone 3 Laser. Of these 5 phones, I think of the Zenfone 3 as the base model, standard configuration if you may. The Zenfone 3 Laser is one step below that, a more affordable option for those in the market for an Asus phone in the $200 range. Unlike its big brothers, the Zenfone 3 Laser feels less premium, but is a big step up from its predecessor. It's made of better materials, it's thinner and lighter. One of our biggest complaints about last year's model was that it was pretty hefty. That's been addressed on the Zenfone 3 Laser. By removing the Asus logo and the concentric circle design up front, the phone is shorter. Bezels are thinner too. Design-wise, it's got a familiar unibody construction and rounded corners. Asus says it's a metal smartphone, although we're not 100% sure. The front of the phone looks very similar to the Zenfone 3. It's prettier, more elegant, and with a very subtle curvature on all 4 corners. The once trademark backside volume rocker is now on the phone's right side. So is the power button. Speaker grills move from the back of the phone to the bottom of the device beside the micro USB port. Overall, it felt better in the hand. Definitely an upgrade. Speaking of upgrades, the new 13-megapixel main camera shoots better photos than its predecessor. Take a look at some of these sample shots. The camera interface looks like this, and here are some of the modes. Just like the Zenfone 3, there's full manual mode in case you need it. Because the phone we tested is an engineering unit, we'll hold off from any judgments until we've played with an actual retail unit. On paper, the Zenfone 3 Laser is also an upgrade from last year's model. It's got 4 GB of RAM now, which is very generous for a budget phone. Now, we weren't able to put the phone through its paces, but overall the interface felt snappy and responsive. This version of Zen UI is the same as on the rest of the Zenfone 3 models. It's simpler and cleaner and runs Android Marshmallow. The display too has been upgraded, now a 1080p Full HD display. Battery capacity is the same, still no quick charge support. But that doesn't come as a surprise because the Zenfone 3 base model doesn't either. Now, let me end on a good note. The Zenfone 3 Laser has a built-in fingerprint scanner. It's not the fastest we've seen and not as fast as its big brothers, but it works. We're really happy to see phone makers bring down once high-end features to lower price points. The Zenfone 3 Laser should be available sometime in August. Based on Vietnamese pricing where it was launched, it will hover around the $250 to $270 price point. Which brings us to the all-important question. Is the Zenfone 3 Laser your gadget match? If you're looking for a good budget smartphone, then this is definitely one to consider. But we'd wait a while. At the end of the day, it all boils down to price tag. What confuses us is that there is a Zenfone 3 with 3 GB of RAM that's roughly the same price. If that were the case, then which one should we get? We don't really have the answers yet, but if we had our way, the Zenfone 3 Laser should be priced at around $200 for 2 reasons. One, there needs to be a price difference between that phone and the supposedly higher-end Zenfone 3. And number 2, there aren't a lot of good smartphones in that price range. If the Zenfone 3 Laser was $200, it would make it a solid choice. Although, there is the Zenfone 3 Max just announced alongside this phone that will even be cheaper. If you'd like to find out about that phone, click over here. In any case, we will find out soon enough when the retail units will be available and when we have reviewed these phones. To make sure you don't miss any of that coverage, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, follow GadgetMatch on social media, and visit GadgetMatch.com daily. Until the next video, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.